Dad and I are in a race to win the Premier League. We started off in the Vanarama National League with Sutton and Hartlepool United. But 13 seasons in, Dad is finally the first one of us to gain promotion to the top tier after becoming champions of the Championship before April. I tried my best to join him, but I failed in the playoff final. It got even more impressive for Dad because his first season in the Premier League, he finished in a Champions League spot after being second in the league for so long. But his shot at the Premier League without me was over because I finally gained promotion as well through the playoffs. But Dad's starting the season with a whopping budget and lots of players potentially joining this club. Meanwhile, I'm in a spot of bother because I can't make signings because of a pending board takeover. That lasted until near the end of June where I could finally make transfers happen, although the board had put bids in for players already on my behalf. They never really went through though, surprisingly, so I focused on building the side myself with players like this outstanding striker on a free transfer as well as a new goalkeeper. And he wasn't the only goalkeeper I was bringing to the club. Dad, however, was fuming because before the season began, a release clause was activated for his best player and his starting left back. But how will this season start considering it's my first season in the Premier League and Dad's second? Right, Dad, bad news for you losing Darnell Ledge, who was great for you in that first season.
20 years of age, I'm losing a boy like that. A buyout clause on the contract, couldn't do nothing about it. Tried to give him more money, he wasn't interested, was he?
No.
He wanted to go to the mighty Spurs, so who might have get in his way?
Yeah, what a career ruiner.
Gutted.
Now, you did sell £52 million worth of players to add on to, of course, your £40 million budget. You spent quite a lot of money this season as well. Because actually, there was more players going out here. You can see £7 million, £20 million, £24 million worth of players going out there too. So, let's look at it. You needed defensive midfielder because Seth Woolery was going to be a second season on loan. You can't bring it back again. No. Sergio Rojo has joined the club. £20 million. He is one of the defensive midfielders that you have bought this season. Don't think he's the best one that you signed.
No, don't think so. No,
there's a better one coming up.
He's still a good player, so I can work on him. So yeah.
Sindra Larson, a bit more of an advanced midfielder.
Yeah.
He's better, I think. But the best CDM that you've bought, I think, is Robert Elena.
Yes, 23 from Barcelona.
Yeah.
Both feet, very, very good. So, yeah, I've got the sort of like, this player can do it for me. He's a leading Premier League potentially, so
yeah.
Hopefully this player can do it for me.
He can pass, he can tackle, he's got great aggression, anticipation. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
So a classic Spanish type of midfielder, I think, from Barcelona as well. So good signing there for Hartlepool. But another player from Real Madrid. So you signed a player from both Real Madrid and Barcelona this summer.
Hartlepool are a team to go to, mate, I tell you. Still ain't got me scarf from them yet, but they're a team to go to.
Francesco Moreno, who can play DM, who can also play centre-back there, so good option, left-footed.
I really need him to go to that left-back position, which we know I've just lost the player from there. But
we got Renier on a free transfer. Good player.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Nicolas Romero from Boca Juniors, good centre-back option. 6'3", good right back, good right sided player.
The spine of the team I've done sort of like quite well there, really.
Yeah.
Really strengthened the sort of DM midfield, striking midfielder and all that.
Right back option, he was really good for the price that you paid.
Yeah, definitely.
Just £2.5 million. But Stuart Patton, who is of course Darnell Ledge's replacement.
Yeah.
He went out for £36 million. Stuart Patton only cost 22.
I was never going to get as good, but he's not far off.
No, he is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
So I'm pleased with it. And he's only 22, so I've just lost a 20-year-old, which is really good, but I've got another youngster in who is nearly as good, so I'm pleased with that. And he can use both feet, so yeah, I'm pleased with this signing.
Okay, well, sticking with what you were using last season, got your Champions League football.
I had 3 up front, didn't I?
Oh, of course you did, yeah.
I've gone.
Gets Champions League football and he changes it.
I just don't think my team was going to be strong enough in the Champions League with 3 up front. So I've gone back to what got me promoted.
That's right. That's where I've got confused.
Yes. So I've gone back to this tactic because I feel this tactic, I've got some really good. Elvis can go into that position. I know I've got some really good attacking midfielders, and I've got those two DMs in as well now.
Yeah.
So I've got sort of covered the sort of all the positions I was a little bit weak in, and I'm feeling quite pleased with this.
Yeah, because you haven't signed another striker.
No.
Gone a season without another striker again, which is, for me, I'd be looking at going screaming it needs a better striker, but
I wanted to fill the other positions with stronger players, and don't forget I'd lost my best player.
Yeah.
So I had to replace that as well. So yeah, I feel I got a better squad It might not be forward line might be not be as good, but I think what's behind him is better than what it was last season.
All right. Well, let's have a look to see what I've done. First season in the Premier League then. I've spent all of my money. I've also sold £14 million worth of players there. And Kim Ji-soo, I actually lost during the season, last season on deadline day. £18 million, that centre-back. But yeah, let's not panic about that. I've signed £53 million worth of players. Let's start with the most expensive, Lucas Romano. From Atalanta, good centre-back option. 29 years of age though, so I'm not signing him for the future. He is for the here and now. Good player to start things off at centre-back. Jorge Delgado, I've also signed a Barcelona player too. Yeah. £11 million goalkeeper. I'm actually going to lock him in this season. He's got good potential. He's only 23, just his first team football, so I might lock him in this season. Then we've got Aaron Robertson from Swansea, £11 million option, who can play centre mid or can play left back. Good physical attributes, good mental attributes, and can tackle. More of a left back than he is a centre mid, in my opinion. But then we've got Aaron Chiman. Yep.
Have you done your homework yet? Oh wait, you're dyslexic. Done your yet homework, Cav? You, I'm answer. Hey, talking me too.
He's Italian. Centre midfielder, who I think I'm going to try and play in the defensive midfield spot as an option because, yeah, that 11 tackling will give us a little bit better. And he's got good stamina and good pace about him. Tal Gluck from Tel Aviv. £4 million for a centre attacking midfielder who can finish. Got long shots, good passing. He's a creator.
Yeah.
He's a creator indeed. Yeah, so looking forward to see what he can do for my attack. But this one, Ethan Azua from Colo Colo, one of my favourite clubs in the world. What a winger. Yeah. Really good. So the Chilean winger comes in for a good price, £4 million. Tyson Downham, you might remember, I signed him before. I had him, nearly 4 years ago as a right midfielder. Good option. He's got a little bit older now, 25 years of age. Christian from Getafe, free transfer. Good centre-back who can play right across the back there. Casper Tobias, another goalkeeping option. He's going to be my backup this season. But this man here is the man that might score me all the goals this season. Marko Milanovic from Oxford United. You might have recognised his name because he was the top scorer of the Championship for the last 2 seasons. He was very good indeed. 32 goals last season in 44 games.
You've obviously got something I got because I approached him as well.
I know.
And he didn't want to come to me.
Yeah. So I managed to pick him up. Free transfer. Good option, I think. 6'5", bit of a monster as well.
Yeah.
The big Serbian. So, tactically, I'm going... Do you remember when I did the 2 left wingers? Well, this is the 2 right wingers. Omega Luke's 2 right wingers. You can see, obviously, I've locked in the goalkeeper and the defensive midfielder. The best 11 pick looks like this. We've got an inverted winger who will look to creep inside there, while the winger Azua will go down the right-hand side. We've got Tal Gluck, who will arrive at the back post quite a lot. And the centre midfielder, Broadner, is very much as like a box-to-box, but will help and get involved, while the DM just sweeps up. Relying a lot on my left-hand side to be good. It does mean that whenever I play against a team which has a very good right-hand side, you tend to get smashed. But what it does also allow you to do is kind of spook people into not realising how much you're overloading their right-hand or their left-hand side, your right-hand side, when you got this guy going forward. McLaughlin, of course, who's my... Ronan McLaughlin, the really good defensive midfielder who's turned into a right back. Yeah, he's got great now, worth £82 million. He gets forward as well, so you're creating a lot of overloads, and that's what we're looking to do. Now, starting off the Premier League, I have been battered by Newcastle, who, funny enough, if we have a look at their tactics, have a Lamine Yamal. Now, people have been saying, yeah, we've recognised a few names in there. We did leave one of the retro database things, so you're going to see the likes of Endrick and Lamine Yamal have new gens in there as well as real players. No surprise, they've got an amazing right side of midfield and absolutely stuffed me 3-0. So there we go. But I did draw to Chelsea 1-1, but I beat Leeds 5-4. Great start to the season. Love a late goal. Look at that. 86th, 90th and 93rd minute.
What a way to come back.
Great start to the season, if you ask me. 4 points. But Dad, you've got 2 points. 2 wins over Manchester City and Aston Villa.
I'll take that.
And only a loss to Liverpool, who, of course, are champions, 1-0. So good start to the season.
Yes, for both of us, really. So
Yeah.
pleased with that.
Are we both down in the season preview, bottom 2? No! I can't believe that. How am I not bottom? That's mental. West Brom are. Hilarious.
And West Brom won the league when they came up.
Yeah.
When you came up with you, didn't they?
So we'll take that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, let's see how well this season does for us, and can we stay in the Premier League? Staying in the Premier League last season for my dad was easy, and this season was no different. And as the more experienced team, when we clashed, they defeated by Sutton side 2-1. However, in terms of points, only 2 separated us as we hit the halfway point of the season in 8th and 10th place. And the second half of the season was where my Sutton side stepped up, and we really shown our worth in the league, taking 3 points from dad as well. Not to mention knocking him out of the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. His run in the Champions League was respectable though, finishing in 5th place in the league phase, knocking out Italian side Atalanta in the playoff round with a 2-1 aggregate score win, and unfortunately failing to qualify past the round of 16 against Manchester City. After defeating down in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, Liverpool knocked me out of the semi-final unfortunately. But with a fantastic run of games at the end of the league campaign where Milanovic could not stop scoring, we threw ourselves into European qualification and Milanovic picked up the golden boot with 32 goals. Well, it seems like the first season you get in the Premier League, you have an absolute blinder.
Yeah.
6th place.
I'm still pleased with finishing 9th.
Yeah.
Considering I'd play in the Champions League as well, so...
And you're only 5 points behind.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I'm really looking at is my goal difference on 3.
Yeah.
That is really bad. That's cost me.
Yeah. I mean, mine was only 9.
Yeah.
That's the results that that you get, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Liverpool win the league again. West Brom went down with 16 points.
So they got that right, haven't they?
Yeah, they definitely got that right.
Yeah.
They're underestimating us, but they're getting the other ones right.
Liverpool won the league again, so...
Yeah. The profile of the league, though, I told you get goals.
Yeah.
32. He was the Golden Boot winner by 9. Wow.
Yeah, it was a good signing.
Yeah, huge. So, very good stuff from him. Ethan Azua also got the most assists in the league. Very happy with that. But yeah, Dad, doesn't look like you won anything.
No.
No name next to yours. Whereas Brighton, actually, in the Champions League. That must mean that they would... Oh, no, I wouldn't have gone in there anyway. I'm in the Europa League next season. That's good. That's a chance to win a trophy.
A little bit easier. I mean, I've probably had a real hard time in the Champions League.
Yeah. But let's have a look at the past positions then. Our first crack, both of us at the Premier League in the same league.
It's almost the same, really, isn't it?
Yeah, very close to each other throughout the whole season, to be honest. So there we go. We're on Sutton United, the other cup competitions, third round and semi-final of the Carabao Cup by Liverpool. Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
I always find the Carabao Cup is the cup that you're going to get knocked out very quickly because it's one of the first games you're playing, and your assistant always rests half a team, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's it.
So you've done well, I think, to get to the semi-final against the champions.
Yeah. You got to the quarter-final, knocked out by me. On pens.
Oh, dear.
On pens. Third round by Arsenal for you. But the Champions League, let's have a look at the Champions League. Round of 16 by Manchester City in a 5-4 aggregate loss. It's very unfortunate.
Gutted.
The knockout playoffs, you knocked out Atalanta. So you did very well there. And in the league phase, 15th place, Dad.
Take that.
4 wins.
Who did I beat?
Nice,
really
Djurgårdens, Club Bruges, and Ljubljana. You drew to Inter Milan at home.
That's a good result.
Great day for the Hartlepool faithful.
Yeah,
2-2 against Inter Milan. Lost 7-0 at Anfield.
I mean, you look at the games I lost, you're going to take that and you're going to finish them where I did. So I'm pleased at how I've done in Europe.
Yeah.
I feel I've had a good season. It's annoying that, Man City are top of that group, and that's the team that beat me out. Knocked me out.
Yeah, and you lost to Barcelona. They finished in second and went on to win it.
So, yeah, I've got to be happy with that.
Not bad at all. Very good showing in the Champions League. Of course, you're not in it next year, but that could give you an advantage in terms of the league itself.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Let's have a look at your player statistics. 26 goals from Rickard. He's still doing it.
Yeah.
Capado there with 20. I still think you're a striker away. Squad's looking quite small, but because of the formation you're using, you don't need a big squad.
No.
Because you only need, obviously, your right back and left back as well, but goalkeeper, defenders, then 2 types of midfielder, defensive midfielder and attacking midfielder. So really, you only need 4 who can, and then you need one of those players can do both anyway.
Yeah.
And you're laughing, and then strikers. You don't need to worry about loads of wingers and loads of
It probably is one of the best formations to have a small squad, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it doesn't get swapped around so much then.
No. Transfer budget for you next season, £38 million.
I'm
so it's not
pleased
too
with that
bad.
because I've got a better wage budget there as well. So it's a little bit better.
And you still got the 100%. Your balance, though, 117 million.
It's getting better.
After the Champions League.
Yeah, it's getting
still
better.
got a bit of a wage bill, though. But yeah,
it's
how
it's
interesting.
a big difference when you get into that Champions League. How money just changes for a club.
Yeah. I wonder where the home games were played in the Champions League. 24,000 seats there. Overview. You got. I don't know when we mentioned. I don't know if we've ever mentioned it, but you do have a new stadium. No idea when it was built. The Gary Liddell Stadium was built in 2031. 7 years ago. We've gone without realising you've got a new stadium. So there it is.
Sorry about that, article, because I did think each time I saw it, should I
stadium named after a legendary player. So Gary Liddell.
Improvements to me the stadium, and I just thought, no, I've got to keep the money for the squad.
Yeah.
So I did have to do it.
Done really well. Your training facilities, 2-star.
Yeah, I kept asking for that to be
awful.
better, and they kept on saying no.
Yeah. As opposed to Sutton United, I mean, now I'm playing Europa League football at the same stadium, which is now a 7,000 seater capacity. So I very much doubt we'll be able to keep that going for very much longer. But finances, we don't have the money to build a new stadium, unfortunately. And I don't want to, I mean, that's gone up. I don't want to ask them to then, I think that the reason why we got debts is because they're trying to make the stadium worthwhile to play in Europe next season in the Premier League. I don't want to ask them for a new stadium and then them to completely bankrupt the club, which I have seen on Football Manager happen quite a few times. So yeah, I don't know about this. Don't know about this stadium, but I do have 2.5-star training facilities, so that isn't too bad. And my youth facilities are flying. Every single time I ask for training facilities, they say no. And then I had obviously a board takeover, and it's like new youth facilities.
Yeah.
So there we go. But that was an interesting summer anyway. Going up into the Premier League and having a board takeover and not being able to do anything was mental. But anyway, we got it done in the end. We survived. We thrived. Now we're in Europa League next season. But the main task for Dad is to win the Premier League.
Yeah.
So let's see what players we bring in this summer. Yes, with us both staying in the Premier League, the next step is to find a way to challenge for it. And we are finally at a stage of being able to spend big on players as Dad's looking at improving his side. As well as looking to go back to his 4-2-2 formation that he dominated the Championship with. Meanwhile, I'm still going my 2 right-winger formation, and so far I've only brought in 2 players that are both from River Plate. Dad was still bringing in new players, including a striker that went on to score against me as we went to play each other at the beginning of the season. And yet again, it was another win for Dad and his Hartlepool side. Right, well, this summer, slightly underwhelmed. I signed more players when I had a transfer embargo. Just the 2 signings that came in this season. Not a lot of activity, which in a way is good because I had a good season and I managed to keep quite a lot of the players I had.
Yeah.
Despite a little bit of interest, including Milanovic. He is still at the club after his 32 goals last season. I signed 2 players, both from River Plate, both midfielders. Maximiliano Munoz, who's left-footed, good centre midfielder there, very well-rounded. And Biasoli, who again, midfielder from River Plate, bit more of an attacking style of player there. So those are the 2 signings that I made. Keeping the same tactic, why would I change it after such a good season? So, yeah, bit underwhelming in some regards, but the team I had was very good last season anyway. So, I think we just go for it.
Yeah.
Still sticking with the 2 right wingers, which everybody's looking at and going, ugh, that's ugly. Ugh. People with OCD are hating that, but I'm enjoying it anyway. Dad, Hartlepool.
Yes.
Signed quite a lot of players, actually.
Yeah.
Sold a few too. Well, you sold a couple. Sadie went for £24 million, which allowed you to make better signings for a 30-year-old centre midfielder. Not bad at all.
Good deal, that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting things off with Cuadio, £15 million from West Ham. Good right back who can play DM or left back.
He's going to strengthen the squad more than anything. I don't think he'll get into the team, but he's still good.
Then we've got Ousmane Diomande.
It was a freebie.
Still knocking around.
Yeah,
34 years of age.
It just puts a lot of strength in my reserves for the subs, and it comes on for 2 positions because we know he'll play that defensive midfield. I've used him so many times in a defensive midfield position because he's so strong and all that, both footed and all that. So, and he's a ball winner. So
yeah,
I thought it was just I couldn't let this signing go by. So it cost a lot in wages. He's 100k a week, but I think it's gonna be worth it.
And he's 34.
Yes.
On a 2-year deal.
It's not right after I signed an old guy, but when I seen this one available, I thought, no, I've got to take it.
Deal.
I've got to take it. So.
Then let's have a look. We've got Oscar Sene, another player from Barcelona,
Yes.
£22 million coming in. Centre midfielder. Obviously, you just lost one, so there's your replacement. Better player as well.
Oh, much better, I think.
Yeah, 23. Good price, same price pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's a better player and he's younger. Ariane Poor from Tottenham Hotspur, free transfer. There's one striker.
That's one striker in, yeah.
Mentioned getting a striker.
It's not bad neither, so yeah.
He ain't the best one, though.
No.
We'll leave the best till last. Now, £29 million was spent on a new goalkeeper, but an improvement.
Yes.
You struggled for goalkeepers, I think,
I found it really hard to find a really good keeper, and the ones that I was going for just didn't want to come to me. And in the end, I had it was a lot of money for the spending on a keeper when you think of the keepers that you've bought over the last few seasons. But I had to get one in. It's got to be a good position, so I had to get one in. So in the end, I went for it.
But the best signing was a free transfer. Dan Vermeulen, sorry. What a player.
Yeah, he's going to be a good striker for me. So he's very quick as well. So yeah, he knows where the net is. Hopefully he'll do the business for me.
He's a better version of your other striker, Rickard, I think. Because he has the the physical attributes, but he has better technicals. And I think that's quite important there. He's 6'5", great jump and reach. He can finish, he can dribble. But does he get into the team? Well, tactically, Dad, doing the 4-2-2.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with it.
He goes in there next to Leonard.
Yes.
Elvius and Renier behind. They've already struck up quite a nice little relationship.
Yeah. So, yeah, fingers crossed. I've got a better squad. Keepers in as well. So, yeah, I feel I've got a better team as well.
Well,
starting 11.
They started very well.
Yes.
You battered me 3-1 at the start of the season. Drew 2-2 to Aston Villa, which ain't too bad because you beat Manchester United and you beat Chelsea so far with a late winner from Rickard, who's still knocking around.
Yeah.
Out of the EFL Cup, that ain't too bad.
No, pleased with that. Get out of the way.
Yeah, you're currently sat in second place on the same points as Liverpool. Now, I have won 2 games. I beat Leicester and Sheffield United. Of course, I lost to you, but I also lost to Manchester City, so I'm not too worried about that at all. Season preview for this season. Your third, my second season, puts us in 14th and 15th place. Now, Europa League fixtures is what I've got, obviously. Maccabi Tel Aviv, Lille, Maribor, Mostar there. Then we've got Lazio and Valencia to end things up, and Club Brugge and Lubin to start things up. So I don't really know how I'm going to do in the Europa League. Not worried about that too much. Just worried about staying in the Prem. Again, at this point, we are in fact well and truly past scrapping for relegation, and instead we're challenging. You might think though that losing 4-0 to Dad in the second fixture against each other would suggest that there's a big gulf between us in the positions in the table. However, you could not be more wrong, and in fact that win puts Dad level on points with me at the top of the Premier League. We are first and second in mid-January. Unfortunately for us, though, things are going against us because Liverpool are still incredibly good. And we are both dropping really silly points. The Europa League was also a factor in my performance, and we're still performing well in that with 7 wins out of 8 games. But we lost in the round of 16 to Bilbao, which is being played at Tottenham Hotspur's ground. Dad still has an outside chance of a title race, with Spurs now in the driving seat and they have a game in hand over Liverpool. Liverpool have been dominant, however, and put 4 goals past me in the second to last game of the Premier League season. And Dad's league record was horrific though, and he only won 1 league game in 8 at the end of the season and dropped down to 5th place below myself. Oh, the whole challenge could have ended this season.
Yes.
From both of us. I mean, as it turns out, we were nowhere near in the end.
I had an awful finish to the season, but
we
had a good season though. Really.
Looking at the past positions, I was top for a little bit. You were top for a long time and chucked it away.
I honestly thought, this was it. I thought it was going, but then all of a sudden I just got a couple bad results and I just couldn't recover from it.
It was those 4 teams, and Newcastle slipped out of nowhere luck. Yeah. Newcastle were 5th the whole season and managed to nab 3rd place from us. Shows how bad the end of the season was for both of us.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But shows also how far ahead we were.
Yeah.
With us, Liverpool and Spurs, those 4 teams. Crazy. Rickard again, top scorer. Wasn't even your new player. When we did best ever at the start of the season, he wasn't even there.
No.
He's still somehow the top scorer. So he is really thriving. 27 years of age, still doing really well. Bless him. But yeah, the Liverpool side, I mean, they've got this guy up front who looks absolutely mental. scoring a lot of goals. He is 30 and he's unhappy. Maybe we can buy him.
Yeah.
But
190 million.
yeah, 4th and 5th place in the end, despite being top and playing each other around the time we were in a title race.
I mean, you look at it and you think, oh, you got it because you're so close and all that. But I am pleased with the season I've had. It goes to show that our squads are so much better.
Yeah.
They're holding their own now, and we're pushing. We're pushing these teams now. They got to think about us now.
Absolutely.
A few more good sort of like transfers and we could be right in amongst the mix then.
Yeah, I mean, most goals were both up there for that. Like 72, 75. Fewest conceded, but not there. But we're both playing very attacking. Liverpool's dominating this at the minute.
Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it?
They've been very good. And you look at the past winners of the league, it's been dominated by Liverpool the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So, that's our task.
The time they lost it, they come second.
They come second, yeah, and it was Man City.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sutton United, other competitions. Round of 16 in the Europa League, knocked out by Bilbao. 5-3 there. Man City went on to win that, funnily enough. But if we're looking at the league phase, I finished in second place, only behind Man City.
That's good.
Drew to Lille, won 7 games there. Lovely stuff. Scored a lot of goals as well. So that's decent. In the other cup competitions, 5th round by Villa, 3rd round by Lincoln. And Dad, let's have a look at how you did. Semi-final of the FA Cup by Norwich. Unfortunately for you, with Sunderland from the Championship going on to win it.
Chuck
Brilliant.
that one away.
Absolutely brilliant.
I don't know where Norwich finished up in the league, but I know they were lower than me in the league when I played them and they knocked me out.
10th.
Yeah.
10th place.
I am actually gutted with that.
Yeah.
I love the FA Cup.
Let's have a look then. Transfer budget on Hartlepool, £48 million for next season. The goals are still coming from Rickard. Vermeulen did get 18.
Yeah.
Less than what I thought he would. Lassie Elvia's got 13 as well. But yeah, I mean, 48, £50 million to spend next season isn't too bad at all. I've got £36 million, which is a bit disappointing, I must admit, unless they're deciding to build a stadium or something. No, maybe not.
Did you play your games there then?
I must have, yeah, I did. Because if you're looking at like my home games, they are always packed out by 7,000 fans. Like. Home against Forest in the Premier League, 7,000. West Ham, 7,000. So, yeah, 7,000 people watched us lose to Liverpool 4-0. So, not great.
No.
Not great at all. We're going to have to do something about that stadium. But imagine winning the Premier League and we had a stadium of 7,000.
That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Mental. All right, okay.
The people in the houses have got good season tickets.
Yeah, they're 100%. Watching Premier League football from my rooftop. Brilliant. So transfer budget, I think I need to do something in terms of making this side just last a little bit longer I think my midfield is probably my weakest position there. I might even look for a right back so that I can play McLaughlin in centre mid.
Yeah.
Because he is mustard.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
He is so good.
Well, he's world class. Potentially world class, and he's not far off that already, is he?
No.
He is there already, so yeah.
And he's just signed, by the way, a 5-year deal with a £104 million release clause, only for clubs in the Champions League, and it doesn't count if I'm in it. And guess where I am? I'm in the bloody Champions League, so I don't have to sell him. He is my player for another 5 years if I wish. The beautiful Irish Ronan McLaughlin. Oh, I love him. He's my favourite player. He is great, but I need better players around him, I think. I need to play him in midfield, and I need a better right back to go in there, because he's wasted. Absolutely wasted
100%.
Playing right back.
Yes.
He's one of the world's best players. I need him in midfield. Okay. Hilarious season, if anything, compared of what happened. But we are really within touching distance now of actually completing the challenge of winning the race to the Prem. Yes, things are hotting up, so you need to make sure you are subscribed because you do not want to miss how this challenge continues.